The big story tonight, there are new revelations about the Boy Scouts of America and widespread allegations of abuse. The organization had fought the release of internal documents, but recently lost that fight. Now we are learning about alleged abuse in Hampton Roads. 10 on your side's Jason Marks has been working this all night long. Jason, there are 13 Hampton Roads men on that list.
Yes, Stephanie, we've been pouring through these files all day. They are filled with allegations. 13 men at one time who were affiliated with the Boy Scouts in Hampton Roads. Some of them, the accused, have moved. Others have passed away, but a few are still in the area. Pages and pages, allegations that spread more than 50 years inside the Boy Scouts of America. They are names of men who've been kicked out of the organization because of the suspicion they were abusing children.
You need to stop people that have been identified as predators or might be predators from having access to kids.
Since 1958, the Boy Scouts of America has been compiling the list of men. Scout officials say it's a tool to keep those accused out of the organization. It recently became public, and in some cases, the information showed the organization failed to protect Scouts.
I think there are definitely people on that list that have done something wrong and should be on the list. There could possibly be some people that haven't done anything.
Bill Deeney with the Tidewater Council of Boy Scouts says the most important thing is to keep Scouts safe. We found out there are 13 men here in Hampton Roads who were on the list. Men like Arthur Humphreys, who was jailed in 1984. There's George Wentz, who now lives in Florida, who was found guilty in Norfolk that same year. According to the Boy Scouts, Virginia Beach's Bernard Hobson was asked to leave in 1971. We found his Virginia Beach home to ask him about the allegations.
I don't know anything about it.
He told us no comment and to get off his property. The other names on the list from Hampton Roads aren't as easy to find. Many have moved away, some are in their 90s, and others are dead. Deeney says his organization is now focused on education. He says in this day and age, it's much easier to do background checks.
We make sure that parents and even kids know what the signs of child abuse is and how to prevent it and what to do if they are approached.
Attorneys who released the confidential Boy Scout files are now asking Congress to investigate the organization. Jason Marks, 10 on your side.
And the Boy Scouts promises to review all its files from 1965 to the present and report all good faith suspicions of abuse that have not been reported to law enforcement.